Chez. This is a really quick video for people who are complete beginners on the saxophone and are looking to buy their first instrument and don't really know where to start. In terms of where to buy, for those of you in London, I would massively recommend sax.co.uk. If you have time to go into London or you live near, I would definitely go in there because it's like heaven for saxophone geeks like myself, but if not, they have a really good online service and they deliver really quickly, so I would really recommend them. Big thumbs up to the guys at sax.co.uk. Alternatively, if you want to compare prices, I would also really recommend the guys at Howarth's. Sax.co.uk is on Tottenham Court Road and Howarth's is over on Baker Street, so if one of them is more convenient. They tend to be around the same sort of price. The guys at Howarth's are quite chilled out and they might let you sort of take away a sax and try it out and just take a little bit of insurance from you. So anyway, if you want to check them out as well, I'll put links in the description box. So that was just a tiny bit of Kenny G in there, cheesy though it may be. I'm on my soprano today, which is a Selma Series 2, and on here I've got a soloist, what size is it? Soloist C, I think, mouthpiece, Selma Soloist C, and a Vanderin Optimum, and I think it's a really hard reed with a chip in as well. Size 4 Vanderin reed on there. So yeah, in terms of brands, if you're a beginner, most people tend to start on an alto sax. That's not to say you can't start on one of the others, it just tends to be a good size. The soprano is just quite a lot of hard work because the mouthpiece is so small. It takes quite a lot of strength in your embouchure and your mouth shape. And then the baritone is just very heavy if you're not used to the weight of a saxophone. So generally alto or tenor, but most people seem to start on the alto. Especially if you're looking to buy for your son or daughter and they're particularly small, then I would definitely recommend the alto. Some people do advise that you start on a soprano just because it's small. I really wouldn't recommend that personally. I think it's quite hard to get really strong tone production until you've got a good grounding on the alto or the tenor first. They have amazingly made, oh sorry, it's my email going off. They have amazingly made this saxophone called the Alpha Sax, which is an alto saxophone, and it has less keys, so it's really good for people who are a bit smaller with smaller hands. I would say anyone from kind of age 7 could play that saxophone. The only difficulty with it is, of course, it's because you're missing some of the keys on the side and down the bottom. And I think it's maybe even made of a lighter material, so it's a bit lighter to hold on your neck, and it comes with a proper harness strap as well, so it's better for your back if you're a small person with small hands, and the case is super light. It's just incredible, a really good design, but it'll only take you up to grade 2, and then you start needing to use keys that aren't actually on the instrument, so you have to upgrade quite quickly. So it's just a bit of a heads up with that one. Amazing design, but it's only going to last you up to you start your grade 3 level of playing. So if you are tall enough or are an adult, I would actually recommend maybe getting the Prelude saxophone, either alto or tenor. That's because it's made by Selma, which if you don't know anything about saxes, they're a Paris brand. I think the Prelude one is made by Selma USA. Don't hold me to that. But either way, it's like a really reputable pro sax brand, and they've just made sort of quite a factory, bog standard model for beginners. It's called Prelude, and they're really reasonably priced, and I just think they're really reliable instruments. They don't kind of fall apart on you. Again, you're going to have to upgrade eventually to be able to produce the kind of tone and sound that you want to. You're going to have more tuning issues and things like that. So when you get to kind of grade 5 or 6, you'd be looking to upgrade to a pro model. If you want kind of an in-betweener, you're pretty sure about what you want to purchase. You want to purchase a fairly decent saxophone that's going to take you quite a long way. My preference would be Trevor James, the classic. That's what I had before I got to about think I must have upgraded about grade 6. It was pretty clear I was going to go and do music professionally, so it might have lasted me a bit longer. I could have potentially just upgraded the mouthpiece. That's what I recommend to a lot of my pupils if they're not quite sure if they want to take the plunge and get a pro sax. It's going to cost thousands of pounds. If they've got a sturdy Trevor James, we might just upgrade the mouthpiece, and that will probably get them through grade 7 if they practice hard. So those are my 3 recommendations, and I'll put links in the description box. If you're having a browse around, just a couple of other pieces of advice. I would stay well away from eBay. You just can't trust it. You just don't really know what you're getting. If you want to get a second-hand instrument, just go to a music shop, so that if you have any problems, you have the choice to take it back again. It's just buying from eBay is a bit of a no-no. Gumtree, you know, if you can get a relationship with the person you're talking to and maybe have some sort of arrangements where you can take it away, and then if you have any problems with it you can return it, then I guess that's an option. Yeah, second-hand instruments, I mean, it's much like cars. As soon as you've started using it, because you're putting condensation and moisture down it, they do devalue and depreciate immediately. So, you know, second-hand can be a really good way to buy. It can be, you get a much cheaper deal, but it's definitely best to buy it from a music shop where if it needs any servicing or it needs any repairs, you can go to them for advice and help. Oh yeah, so if you're browsing around on the internet and you get a bit sucked in by the funny coloured ones, you're like, ooh, I quite fancy a pink saxophone. I've not really tried them. They look like fun, I guess. I think, I mean, I know a little bit about, you can get silver plated ones and black lacquered saxophones, and what do they call it, not tarnished, when they sort of mess with the lacquer. It's supposed to change the tone, so like silver, for example, silver plated ones are supposed to be a bit brighter and a bit more kind of fluty. Bronze plated ones are supposed to have that bit more edge and a bit brassier. So, you know, I would just say if you are going to go for one of the coloured ones, maybe go and like try them out, because you are paying quite a bit more for basically it just being coloured. So make sure you go into a shop, try it out and see if it actually makes enough difference for the amount of money that you're going to spend, because, you know, it's an expensive hobby, having the lessons and the reads and the music and everything. Just be careful you don't get suckered into that, I would say. I don't think it makes enough difference. So yeah, that's it really. Just a couple of tips to get you started. I hope that was helpful. If you like my videos and they're useful, then please subscribe, and if this one in particular was helpful for you, then give it a thumbs up. Apologies, it's a bit London orientated for those of you who are watching abroad. Sorry. If there's anything you particularly like me to talk about, then do leave a comment for me, and I will have a rant or a ramble about other saxophone antics that you wish me to discuss. And if you're interested in what I'm doing performance-wise and where I am around the UK and around the globe, then follow me on Twitter, and there'll be a link in the description box to that. Okay, thanks guys, bye!